Okay, folks, I'd like to go over the current events assignment. So let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. All right, so let's talk about this assignment. Hopefully you can see my screen here. It talks about all the deliverables, what you're expected to do for this assignment. There are 4 pages that we are looking at here. Okay, so let's go to page 1. So here's the point of this assignment. For PR professionals, it's really important to know what's going on in the field, what's happening in our community, what are the different things that are happening around the world, what are the crises that are happening, how are they being resolved. So, the goal of this assignment is really to get a pulse on the current events and to discuss them. So you will have an opportunity to analyze an event from a public relations perspective. And there is a specific request for how the format of the assignment needs to be. We're looking for a really nicely written, single space, 12 font, Times New Roman submission, and it needs to be a PDF submission. That way, your format will not go wonky, that it'll stay exactly how you've intended for it to stay. So go ahead and look at all of the local papers, national papers online, and what are people talking about in the media, on TV, and you will come up eventually with an event which is fairly recent. That's been around for 1 to 3 months. People have just been talking about it. It's been in the news, and you need to analyze it from a public relations perspective. So there are 5 areas that I'd like you to address as you think about your event and then eventually pick one to write about it. So let's quickly talk about that. So number 1, the background of the situation. So what's the situation? What's the crisis? What's going on right now that everyone's talking about and it's all over the news? It's a bit of a disaster and people are trying to fix it, right? So give me the background or the context of the situation. Then you need to figure out how it relates to public relations, right? So, what's happening, what did the organization do, or what did a specific department in the organization do, how did the media cover it, are other people talking about it as well? So get into it a little bit and learn about it. Number 3, what publics are involved? So who are all the people involved in this situation, right? So of course the media is involved. Of course there are players in the organization who are involved. Maybe there are stakeholders outside of that are involved. So think about what publics are involved. Number 4, analyze the organization's public relation activities in dealing with the problem. So yeah, there's a disaster, there is some kind of crisis, something crazy has happened, something ridiculous may have happened. Some people have done something wrong in the organization, right? So analyze what actually happened, and how did the organization deal with it? Did they apologize for what happened? Did they deny what happened? Did they blame somebody else about what happened? So talk about, how the organization has dealt with this problem. And then number 5, which is as important as number 4, is if you were hired to fix this problem, would you have done it any differently? How would you have done it? So we're looking for some serious recommendations from your end in terms of how you would have handle this situation if you were in charge? Now, keep in mind, this has to be a news item, right? It has to be something that people are talking about in the news. As much as possible, avoid celebrity stuff. We're looking for real organizations, right? So think about what you can cover. And you need to include the internet news article and site, not just the website, but also the article itself. So just copy paste the article, format it, put it at the end of your report. So without that, you're not going to get full points. I need you to make sure that the actual story has been copy pasted and put in your report. Okay. So I've given you some ideas in terms of what exactly we're looking for. For example, and you can't use this example because I'm giving it to you, right? Someone slapped someone at one of these award ceremonies. Do you remember that? How did the larger organization handle that? How did the individual people handle it? How did the larger organization handle that? Of course, it's a celebrity thing. I don't want you to talk about celebrity, but I'm giving you an example of what that would look like. Those are the kinds of issues that we are looking for. Okay, let's scroll down. I'll show you the example of someone who's done the work. So background of the organization and giving us the context of this situation, the problems for the NFL, how it is connected to public relations, what are the publics or audiences that have been affected, analyzing what the organization did, and recommendation, right? So maybe there are other people who also recommending it. You can put that and you could say, I actually agree with that, or you can come up with your own recommendation. And then the actual article has been included with all this information, right? Just copy paste it. All right, cool. So this is what we are looking for this current events assignment. If there are questions, please email me, but hopefully it is pretty clear and the deadline's coming up pretty soon. So you need to really start working on it. Okay, thank you.